Our next guest, are you ready for the intro? So, we're all guilty of placing far too much importance on deadlines. The small things, but no one ever died from a deadline, did they? No, they didn't. It's very true. Think about it. Thought-provoking. Right, our next guest was tasked with something that has a little bit more than a deadline, something that the whole nation was ready to celebrate. She was tasked with organizing and program managing Estonia's 100th anniversary for something she'll tell us about in just a moment. Give it up for your friend, her best friend, and everybody here's favorite guest tonight, Maarja-Liisa.
Hello. How are you doing? I'm doing great. Thanks.
Yes! There we go. The syncing is working well. We have new water for you.
Yeah, unlike yesterday where all our guests had to drink from one glass.
Yes, very true. So the one thing I left out of your description was that you and many people, when we spoke to them about you, describe yourself as a golden retriever.
That is true.
And I know the hair is a likening, but what do we mean? Energy, attitude?
I think I'm just
slobbering,
yeah. But I think it's just in my nature to be just so happy, excited. I try to manage it. I really try to, but I'm not so good in like turning it off. But I just genuinely wake up and I'm really happy to be alive. And then I'm like, try to contain yourself, And when I think about the people surrounding me in my life, I'm like, oh my God, they're so nice, they're so nice. So I'm most of the time, like my friends are used to getting text messages during the mornings. I'm like, I was just thinking, and I think you're so cool and you're so talented and I'm so happy to have you in my life and you're such an inspiration, and they're like, Maarja-Liisa, go easy. So,
I love that. That's beautiful. I think, I wasn't even planning to go there, but I think we need to encourage everyone to say the things we think of other people more often when we think of them.
Matt, you're an idiot.
But a really nice one.
But the nice one's Chris.
Only nice thing?
That's as nice as Chris gets.
I'll try to be nicer. I can't right now. I'll work on it.
He'll work on it. All right. So, Chris, nice jacket. That's a good example, right?
Yeah, but then wear a nice jacket. Then I can say it. Because lying is still wrong, right?
It is wrong.
Say nice things, but lying is still wrong. Okay, so that with that jacket,
I want to see. Chris has got 2 children. I want to see how Chris is as a father.
You want to see my children? They're worse than me.
They learn from you. But I think that's a beautiful narrative there to encourage everyone. And I know it's tougher in the northern hemisphere, right? I live in Norway, right? We're even further north than you all, right? And I feel that, I sense that we need to share more love when we feel the love. There's an old antic that we like to talk about, which is, share it before it's too late, but not to get too morbid about it. So I think we need more golden retrievers in the world, I think. Here's a fun thing. What dog do you think he is? Like?
Me?
Bulldog?
Bulldog for sure.
Yeah, bulldog for sure. Me?
Golden retriever.
I'm a Goldie. I actually have a Yorkshire Terrier, so anyway. But you're not a dog person, you have a cat.
I do have a cat.
A tailless cat.
It's a tailless, yeah.
Did a golden retriever get its tail, or?
Oh, well, it was a funny story that it's actually a stray cat who came. I've never dreamed of having a cat, but it is a dream cat. So I decided to keep it. And fortunately, the stray cat had an owner who was like, I've had her for 10 years. You're like, it's obviously the cat feels happier at your place. So I decided to keep it, her. It's a living being. It's my first committed relationship.
Oh, wow.
And you stole a cat.
Basically, that's the
story. Okay.
And then I had one small children visiting me, children of my brother, and they were like, "We have a cat as well, but he hasn't lost his tail yet." I'm like, I keep my fingers crossed that your cat will not lose the tail. So yes, I have a tailless cat.
Oh wow! I want to meet this cat one day. But this show isn't about cats and dogs. But let's just have some fun with the audience. Dog people, raise your hands. Cat people, raise your hands. All right, cat people, leave. The door is right there. Get out. I'm just kidding. You're all welcome. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you. But the conversation has taken a slight tangent, but that's okay, because this is a live show and anything can happen, right? You have a book with you.
I do have a book.
Tell us about this beautiful book.
It's a poetry book.
Okay. So you do poetry as well?
I do.
Fitting of the character. Telling people how you love them, when you love them.
This is actually quite, like some of them are quite cheesy, let's be honest. But I love...
Read one. Matt, pick one. Read it.
I think Chris should read it. Who should read it? Chris or me? By a cheer for Chris? It's a losing game, isn't it? Cheer for me. Okay, Chris, here you go.
It's a pink book, so.
Random one. Okay. What
Maybe you should
language is
stand
this
up,
in?
Chris, and give it emotion.
It's
Chris.
in Estonian, so it's going to be.
This is even better.
But I can help you out with this one.
No, don't. Chris, you're on your own. Remember, your children are watching.
Ma armastan su galgu et nad uhel tejesti syvalisel.
Can we get some background music for effect?
How bad
emotive
was that?
effects?
It's
So,
Terrible? It was good. Ötul otsystasit cintua.
sounds very German.
Celeste kota kusa minuga kotusit. Understandable? What does it mean? Can you translate just those 3 lines
Yes.
that I just read?
It's that I love your feet because on a very random day they decided to bring you to a place where you met me.
I love your feet. The show's becoming a fetish show now.
But Matt, have you seen her shoes?
Raise your hand if you like feet. Oh, who's brave enough? Who's brave enough? Would you say, I know your shoes are amazing. Can I take one?
Yeah, you can.
Thank you. Yeah.
Can I also take
This
one?
is actually your shoe.
also have one?
Look at that.
Thank you.
Can we get that in the camera? You see that?
Here's the right one in comparison.
I was so close to wear high heels, and then my best friend, who is also sitting in the audience and who is my neighbor, she was like, I understood that the show is about you being authentic. I've never seen you wearing high heels for 2 years. I was like, but maybe this is the time. But today morning I was like, no, I don't wear high heels. Who am I kidding?
You are such a character, and I can see why it might be not news to many of you because you've seen the amazing Maarja-Liisa on TV, but you were actually in the Shark Tank here in Estonia. Is that correct? When was this, and what was that with? Was it with the book? Was it with the shoes? Was it with your cat?
It was not with the cat, and it was some 2 years ago, and it's called in Estonian Ajujaht, and I was there with a company called Komplok, which I co-founded. And we were actually in the Shark Tank with financial crime prevention trainings, digital ones, and we managed to win it. What an innovation on a digital platform. So the TV crew was like, it's just so boring. Nobody wants to watch the TV show when you two start talking about your financial crime prevention. But somehow we did manage to win it and convince everyone that this is the hottest topic, hottest, sexiest thing one can do is to prevent financial crime.
You made something unsexy sexy. Can you do that for Chris?
There are some limits to my power, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we're going to find out, Chris.
But
in a minute.
I think it's fascinating that we talk to you for 6, 7, 8 minutes. We get to know you a little bit. And I think the audience, if we let them guess from 100 choices, what does she do for a living? Financial, crime prevention would not have gotten a lot of votes.
For sure.
No.
But that's what you do. So
This is a question that my family and friends keep on asking me. They're like, Maarja-Liisa,
what the hell are you doing?
Are you sure? Are you sure you're on the right track? And I'm like, yeah, I feel like I love my life.
It kind of sounds like the making for a cartoon golden retriever saving the world, right? It's crime by day, financial crime by night. Kind of. It sounds just like that. So tell us a little bit about Komplok. Where are you? You're based here. You're based where? What exactly do you do? And where is the business in its sort of journey as we speak?
So currently, we did a hard pivot last year, and we switched. We realized that digital learning is not. It wasn't sexy even for us, to be honest. So we decided to, changed the business a little bit, and we turned into risk management platform.
Okay. What does that mean?
So this means that the people in the financial sector who are assessing whether the really hype technology that all different financial institutions are using.
Blockchain, crypto, AI, name a buzzword.
Basically, no, the compliance teams who are using KYC, all those transaction monitoring tools, and the people who are checking whether the technology is good enough, they use old school Excel for doing that.
Oh, wow.
So we were just wondering how come those Excels are monstrous, they're nobody wants to touch them. There was even one customer who told I can make a movie about me crying in front of an Excel sheet. Can you fix this? So basically what we do right now is we build a pipeline for risk management teams.
Okay.
So, yeah, we
and
automate
specifically
this.
within banks, financial institutions, insurance brokers, all those type of things.
Yes.
Based out of here.
Yes, currently we are in Estonia.
Fantastic. And so it sounds like you genuinely made, and I'm always really curious with businesses that turn something that is, like you said, in your own words, mundane, a little bit more transactional, compliance heavy. I mean, Jamie mentioned this yesterday, talking about HR and trying to make that sexy and make that more compelling of a conversation to be had. You've obviously brought that in. Has poetry played a role in wording and how you phrase and sell your passion?
I think poetry is what keeps me alive, and I don't necessarily consider myself poet. I don't necessarily consider myself anything, like any title or position. I'm a great believer in human beings in general, and I believe that nothing beats being a good human being with a good heart.
So are any of these poems about financial crime?
Not yet. Not
Because
yet.
I think financial crime poetry is a niche that has a lot of potential.
Yeah. I want to
in
read
Estonian.
that book.
In Estonia, yes.
But, I want to draw a parallel to the last conversation we had, friends, which is that sort of ikigai triangle that Venus was talking about. Because I have a parallel which I think is relevant to this, right? So you have, in my opinion, you have the purpose, the passion, the profession, right? The profession is what do you live from? The purpose is what do you live for? And the passion is what you live for. The purpose is what you stand for, right? And it's no goal to hit them all three, and that's a dream, vector diagram if you can. But I like to look at things in that way because we like to popularize what we do as it has to be your passion. But you can actually do something that funds your passion and fuels your passion. And if yours is, for example, poetry, and intertwining that into the world that you work in. And there's always a different narrative there. We spoke yesterday with Tim Heath as well about how having not worked in a specific industry and going into a vertical industry like Salah as well with his robots yesterday, third guest on the show. There's a nice parallel there. So again, I always want to use this platform, not just for jokes and learning a little bit, but also to inspire a little bit. Anyone in the room who wants to do something in a vertical that they're not an expert in, go for it. I mean, Venus wasn't an expert in building a location, right? And she did it. She's creating a karaoke house. I'm sure there's many parallels for yourself as well, because your background isn't financial crime, is it? It's politics.
Well, to be honest, not directly. I was apolitical. I have been working for the government office for 8 years. I was the youngest employee by that time. And but I have studied actually in Italy communication. And, there's no recollection. Like whatever I did, it was just like, oh, what shall I do today? I decided
You went there without speaking Italian, right?
Zero.
Studied in Italian.
Zero.
That's a really good example of that kind of thing.
Don't do this. It's not something I recommend to anyone, not even my enemies. But
don't read Estonian poetry if you don't speak Estonian.
It's basically how I felt for 2 years in university. The only thing was to understand what they were talking about, so I can go home and Google. Didn't have smartphones.
I have to say, it is kind of interesting to read poetry in a language that you have no idea what it means, because it's sort of like a riddle. Like, can I figure something out from like the rhythm of it? What does I mean? Because there's I in there. So I think it is kind of interesting to read in like a random language that you have no idea about.
Should we do another random thing, Chris?
Let's play a game.
We had our hit game yesterday, Pitch It to Win It. Does anyone remember Pitch It to Win It with Henrik?
Actually, that's a good point, because you mentioned the guests we had yesterday. All of the interviews are going to be online. So anybody who's here today and goes like, who is Salar? I would have loved to hear the interview. You can actually, after the conference, you can watch them online.
Right, Kai? They'll be on YouTube. You did a great job, Latitude team, organizing this. And hey, I'm going to break with tradition right now. I'm going to use this brief moment to thank Kai, her team, everyone behind Latitude. She's one of the amazing women and individuals organizing this. Give her a round of applause, hiding in the shadows there.
Women and individuals. That's how we say it now.
Trying to be PC. Should we get on with Pitch It to Win It? Woo! Oh, I love it. That ice cream's kicking in. Sugar rush.
Did you see it yesterday, the game?
So Chris, describe us the game.
I was in investor meeting, sorry.
Perfect. You didn't see the game, so this will be a very big surprise to you. So the game we want to play is we want you to imagine that you stop doing what you're doing, okay? Financial crimes, too boring, you don't do poetry anymore. You now do what's in this box. This is your product.
Don't know what's in the
You're
box.
fully committed to it. That your startup is going amazing doing this. And you have to start the pitch without knowing what's in the box. And then after you explained a little bit of sort of why you did it, why you're so passionate about it, you're allowed to take the product out of the box, present it to the audience, and go like, now I'm doing this. And you show the product, and you tell us what it is, what it does, why it's so amazing, why they should totally buy it, invest in it, whatever you want to make out of it, okay? No pressure.
No pressure.
Because it's not real, okay? It's just a game, but it's fun. It was fun yesterday, so we'll do it again. And we move the box over there, and you can stand...
I'm going to give you some space over here, so you're going to pitch it over here.
Woo.
So, ladies and gentlemen, has anyone ever pitched before? Give us a wave. No one's pitched it. Okay, you guys need to get out more, okay?
Has anybody ever pitched a product that you had no idea what it was? No? So that's what Maarja-Liisa is going to do. So let's give her a big round of applause because it's a very high-pressure situation.
High pressure.
And the stage is all yours. We're so curious what your product is.
And you have a minute to do it, and I'm going to time you, okay? So...
What time I can open it?
A couple of seconds in. Just don't look at it and then go like, okay, what's my pitch going to be? We want the sort of the fun of you start the pitch, but you don't know yet what it is.
So you're 15 seconds to start a pitch. My product is the most innovative solution for cat tail repair, and this, or whatever you feel like doing, okay? Give it up one more time for Maarja-Liisa! Go!
I love surprises. I think this is the best part of being a human being, that you get to be surprised by your life. And I'm a great believer that this is not your practice life, this is all you've got. And this is why I think that every single human being needs this one. Because if you take it out, it might seem something really like you don't even know what it is. But have you heard about bees? Do you know that this is actually a bee?
Honeycomb.
Yes, it's a honeycomb, but it's not the normal one. Obviously, it's colorful because colors make people happy. And we all want to be among happy people, aren't we? The ones supporting this.
What's it called?
It's called Pisa Tower, because Pisa Tower is inclined 5.9 degrees, and this is exactly the seed round I am raising. You heard right, it's 5 million euros. So reach out to me. My name is Maarja-Liisa Soa. I am a co-founder and a great believer in plastic Pisa Towers.
Give it up for Maarja-Liisa! Wow! That was amazing, well done.
Amazing.
I think we should just finish it on that note, right?
Yeah,
that was fantastic.
Better than that.
Give it up one more time for Maarja-Liisa Soa!
And this is your copy.